Right after I joined the company as a new graduate, I was assigned to a regional office and ended up spending a lot of time out there. Now, after 15 years, it's been decided that I'll be moving back to the head office. A new challenge is about to begin for me. 15 years. So many memories packed into that time. I'm happy to be returning to the head office, but it's hard to forget all the memories I have in that town. I made a lot of friends and had great bosses there. It's like that place helped shape who I am. Still, I'm genuinely excited about going back to the main office, looking forward to city life again after so long. For my farewell, I visited the people I had worked closely with over the years at the regional office. Seeing their faces brought back so many memories. I'm filled with gratitude. I'll never forget everything they've done for me. I said, "Thank you all. I'm moving back to the head office now. I couldn't have made it this far without your support. Seriously, thank you so much.
Congrats on your move back to the head office.
And thanks for always being so quick and helpful at reception. I'm honestly gonna miss seeing Rio at the front desk. I'll do my best in Tokyo too." Yeah, that's Rio for you. Always the same calm and cool vibe, I thought to myself. Even though I felt that way, I couldn't help but be curious about her. Rio at reception is beautiful, but always kind of distant, the type who earns the nickname Cold Sun at the front desk. She's well known, but she's serious and works hard, and everyone respects her for that. She's quiet, but she's actually really dedicated. Honestly, I admire her. I never saw her smile till the end, though. It's a bit sad that I won't see her anymore. Thank you so much for everything. Well, I'll take my leave now.
Wait, hold on.
What?
I'm going to Tokyo, too.
What?
Me too, I decided just now.
Rio's sudden declaration shocked and confused me. So, moving to Tokyo means changing jobs?
No, it's not that.
Why so sudden?
Because, Kaz-san, you're my destiny.
Rio's face softened into a gentle smile I'd never seen before. Destiny, huh? She didn't seem like she was joking. Thank you. When you come to Tokyo, let's definitely meet. I was so stunned I couldn't say much, but I locked eyes with Rio. After that, I left for my destination. What was that all about? But maybe that was the first time I saw Rio smile. At that moment, a warm feeling suddenly blossomed in my heart. Destiny, huh? A few months later, I returned to the Tokyo headquarters. I'm happy to be back, but I can't get that last conversation with Rio out of my head. Was that really our final goodbye? No. That serious look on her face, I'm sure it meant something. No, don't read too much into it. Kazuki. That was just Rio being considerate in her own way. I kept telling myself that the last exchange with Rio was just polite small talk. But that expression on her face, it felt like she was trying to tell me something important. Those words just keep getting louder in my mind. The one fated person. One day, when I got home from work, I ran into someone familiar in the apartment elevator. "Oh, Rio, what are you doing here?"
Kazuki, I didn't expect to see you here.
As it turns out, Rio had also moved into my building. Really? Rio lives here too?
I told you, I was coming to Tokyo.
What a crazy coincidence. Meeting again like this, it must be fate.
From now on, let's be good neighbors.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I never thought we'd run into each other like this. Maybe I should have cared more from the start, so she really did come to Tokyo. After that, even though Rio's usually quiet, she started to casually become part of my daily life.
Living alone is tough, right? If you want, you can come over sometime.
Huh? That's for me?
If you don't eat properly, your health will pay the price.
I guess Rio's worried about me staying healthy. Turns out Rio's pretty thoughtful, which is surprising.
Hey, don't forget tomorrow's trash day for burnable garbage, all right?
I totally forgot.
That's not good at all. You really shouldn't let trash pile up in your room.
Yeah, I know. It's those little thoughtful things that really hit home. Rio's kind of clumsy, but also reliable.
Hey, Kazu, if you want, you can use this shoe cleaning kit.
Oh, really? Thanks.
I've noticed since the front desk that you haven't been taking care of your shoes properly, right? If you don't clean your shoes well, all the effort you're putting into getting back to head office will be wasted.
Sorry about that. I'll do better. But having someone who cares enough to point things out like this feels really warm somehow. Rio, despite being a bit awkward, really looks out for me, and bit by bit, I'm starting to open up to her. Every single step she takes shows this kind of kindness. I just hadn't realized before how much care was hidden in these little things she does. She's so homey and has this side nobody knew about. Thanks, Rio.
No, it's because I care about you, Kazu.
And so, day by day, our bond grew stronger. Could it be that someone who's this thoughtful is truly the one meant for me? Before I knew it, I found myself recalling Rio's words from that day. I started taking it seriously, but I wonder if the fate Rio talks about is really what I think it is. Rio says she's the one destined for me, and I feel that way too. Gradually, the distance between us grew closer than when I was working in the countryside. Then one day, I teased Rio about her serious determination, half jokingly. Like usual, Rio came by with my lunchbox in hand.
Good morning, Kazu-san.
Good morning, Rio. Thanks again for today. I saw her expression soften just a bit.
It's for you, Kazu-san. You need to take care of yourself,
She said, a little shy. Rio's still the same as always. Seeing that made me feel a bit awkward, and we fell into a quiet silence. The silence was awkward enough that I felt embarrassed and decided to say something. I asked her about that time, if she really thinks I'm her destined person. I tried to keep it light, partly joking so as not to hurt her or make it seem like I wasn't serious. The moment I said it, her face froze for a second.
Yes, I do.
She answered casually, but I caught a little shadow behind her eyes. Still, I've never really believed in fate. I noticed the change, but once again, I ended up saying something I didn't really mean.
Oh, so that's how you talk.
Huh, Rio?
I'm heading home.
Rio looked down and walked back to her room without meeting my eyes. I was surprised by how clearly she'd changed, and it stuck with me. Rio. Since then, I started feeling something was off. Rio seemed distant, and our conversations got quieter. It was obvious she was putting space between us, and her attitude felt cold. Good morning, Rio.
Morning.
She just nodded without expression and walked away. Usually we'd talk at least a little, but today there was none of that. The usual vibe was totally gone. It felt like she was avoiding even the smallest chat. Something was definitely different. I kept trying to talk to her, but her replies were cold and barely there. Could it be that joke I made was taken seriously? That worry was weighing on me. All right, today's trash day. I better take it out before Rio shows up. As I got the trash ready, I realized, yeah, Rio's not coming today. She usually stops by my room to check on the trash, but she wasn't here at all. Something's wrong. She's been acting cold ever since that day. Lately, I haven't even seen Rio around. Even with the lunch she used to leave, if I wasn't there, she'd hang it by the door for me. But now she doesn't do that at all. I guess she was serious after all. I shouldn't have teased her. Gradually, Rio stopped showing up in front of me. It's not just that she's keeping her distance. It feels like she's completely disappeared from my life. That made me realize how important she was to me. A wave of deep regret and anxiety hit me all at once. I cared about her too. So why did I say those things? I'm sorry, Rio. I'm sure you were serious, but I just crushed your feelings. That day, I reflected a lot and kept thinking about the look on her face. Just imagining how she felt hurts my chest. I faced myself and made up my mind to face Rio again. I want to believe in fate, too. I hurt her while trying to protect myself. Even though it might be too late now, I just realized how heavy my careless words must have felt to her. Even if this is the end of our fate, I have to properly apologize. And it's okay if this is the last time. I need to fully express how I feel. That feeling melted into the night's darkness, and people grow stronger from that. As the night deepened, my determination only grew steadier. A casual comment sparked a new determination in my heart, and that moment shifted our fate, me and Rio. A few days later, I made up my mind and went to her place, ringing the doorbell. I kept coaching myself inside. There was something I had to tell her no matter what. I stepped out of the elevator and stood in front of her door, feeling my hand shaking. Even though I was determined, I found it hard to press the doorbell. I told myself, "Get it together. If you back out now, you'll regret it. Why did you come all this way? You have to tell her. Face your fate. Don't run." Taking a deep breath, I rang the bell. Ping pong. No answer. Maybe she's not home? But I definitely felt her presence nearby. I rang again. Still nothing. I could sense her behind the door, but it felt like the door was way thicker than it actually was. "Rio, it's Kazuki," I called out again. "If you're there, please let me know. I have something to tell you." Still no response. "Rio, just a moment, please. Can we talk?" After a long silence, a voice finally came from inside.
Please, go away, Kazuki. I don't want to see you right now, and I don't want to talk.
Those words hit me like... The cold wind felt like it was stabbing straight into my chest. I wanted to see her one more time. There were so many things I wanted to say. At the same time, I felt awful for hurting Rio like this. I had hurt someone so important to me. I fought hard to hold back my trembling voice and spoke to Rio. "Rio, I'm sorry. I know you probably don't want to talk to me, but I have to say this just once. You don't have to answer. Just listen." There was no reply from Rio. "Rio, I'm sorry for teasing you back then. I was such an idiot. To hurt someone as wonderful as you, I really was a stupid man. I'm so sorry, Rio." As she came to Tokyo, and I got to know her more, I paused for a moment and took a deep breath. I started wanting to believe in fate, but even if I wanted to believe in it, there was a scared part of me, and I had hurt someone important. I'm truly sorry. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to get this across no matter what. "Thank you for feeling something with a fool like me," I said, then started to head back to my room.
I was serious.
"Rio, I'm sorry. I never meant what I said as a joke. I'm really sorry." I bowed my head and desperately repeated my apologies. At that moment, I was trying everything I could to cover it up.
Trying to believe in the fate
Rio spoke of. But what if it wasn't true? I was scared and didn't want to get carried away and misunderstand things, so I said those words.
Kazu.
But the time I had with Rio was priceless. I was overflowing with feelings and couldn't stop talking. I truly regret from the bottom of my heart saying those things that hurt you. I looked back on the memories with Rio. Maybe I realized only after losing them that it was too late. But I want to say this with Rio. I want to believe in fate. I want to know again about the person you said was your destiny at the reception that day. No, actually, I feel like I've sensed fate with you from the very first time we met, Rio. I shared my feelings. We fell into silence for a while. Breaking the silence, Rio asked me,
Was it fate?
And I clearly said, yes, it was fate. I truly believed that. At first, I really thought it was just a coincidence. Looking back on myself before meeting you, I felt like something was missing. But the moment I met you, my heart was fulfilled. That's fate, isn't it?
Kazu?
Since Rio came to Tokyo, as I got to know you more, I became sure that the feeling of fate I had was really right.
Kazu, I too felt fate the moment I first met you at the reception. Meeting this person here, it was already decided in advance. You probably think I'm saying something weird, right? But it's true.
Thank you. I really believe meeting Rio was fate. After I said that, The tightly shut door creaked open a little, and Rio peeked through the gap. It had been a while since I'd seen her, and she looked a bit worn out.
Kaz-san, do you really feel that way?
Rio's voice was soft as it echoed. Yes, I said, gathering my resolve and meeting her eyes straight on. If there's a chance, I want to hear what you have to say one more time. I shared my feelings, staring into her eyes. Rio started to speak, and I waited silently.
Did you feel it too, Kaz-san? The moment we first met at the front desk, I felt like it was fate. Do you remember that day, Kaz? The first time we met at the front desk?
She asked. I was a little surprised, but smiled as I remembered. Of course I remember. It felt like a special moment.
I was sure about it back then,
Rio said, her voice softening a bit as she continued.
That meeting you hear was meant to be.
I widened my eyes, surprised. Fate? Why do you think so? Rio looked down, choosing her words carefully.
That day I was at the reception, guiding customers like usual. But then, during the afternoon meeting, I saw you arrive. The moment I saw you, for some reason, I just couldn't look away. When I first got your business card, I thought you was just someone from a client company. Your shoes were dirty, your suit was all wrinkled, and you looked a bit unhealthy.
I felt a little awkward. Yeah. At first, I was struggling to get used to a new place.
But when Kazu-san stood right in front of me for the first time, it felt really strange. Even though we were meeting for the first time, I felt something nostalgic. Even through the counter, there was this warmth like he was directly touching my heart.
I just listened quietly to Rio's story. I was surprised to hear that she felt that way about me.
It wasn't normal.
Rio wasn't normal, she smiled and said as answered me.
After exchanging business cards, Kazu-san paused for a moment and looked straight at me. Somehow your eyes reached deep into my heart, and I can't explain it with words, but I had this feeling that something was starting between us. It was strange, right?
I nodded quietly. That day, I also thought Rio-san was really polite, and I wanted to talk to her more. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence that everything aligned that day, but every time I met her, I felt the same way. I knew her was going to be someone special in my life.
But honestly, I'm terrible at showing my feelings. I know it's been hard to say, but you probably know my nickname, the cold receptionist.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
The truth is, I'm just not good at small talk or showing my feelings. When you come around, Kazu, it actually makes it even harder for me to open up.
Even Rio, with all that, I didn't hate how you dealt with me. Honestly, I thought you were just someone who takes their work really seriously. I admired your work attitude too.
Kazu, thanks.
Rio smiled gently, looked me in the eyes, and said it clearly.
That's why I believe you're my destiny, Kazu.
Thank you, I feel the same way. It was fate that we met, Rio. So from now on, I want us to be together. I'm sorry I never really faced things properly before, but now I understand. Just hearing you say that saved me more than you know. I've been supported by your kindness so many times. Now it's my turn. I want to support you and walk beside you.
I've always been scared, worried if you'd really get how I feel. But it's okay. I won't hesitate anymore.
I've decided to stay by your side, Rio.
I believe in us. Thank you for choosing me, someone like me.
Don't say stuff like that, Rio. You're special to me. I gently took your hand, feeling its warmth, and we quietly looked into each other's eyes for a while. All the worries and misunderstandings we had melted away in that moment. That's how we connected our hearts and started a new life together. From now on, we're not just neighbors anymore. We're walking the same path.
Yes, this is my fate. No, it's our fate.
Tears rolled down Rio's cheek, and I wiped them away.
No matter what happens from here on out, you'll be by my side. Always.
Me too. As long as Rio's here, we can overcome anything. We took that first step forward together. There was some anxiety, but even more hope. Our journey toward a new future had begun. Life in Tokyo was a constant challenge for me, but Rio's presence gave me the strength to keep moving forward. Helping each other, we started this new chapter. Weekdays were hectic with work, but knowing Rio was there made me feel at ease and ready to try harder. On weekends, we'd go out together and enjoy shared hobbies. Every day was full of new discoveries. Even familiar streets felt like a brand new world when I walked them with Rio. Those special moments warmed my heart. As we spent more time together, we naturally shared more hobbies and interests, like movies, watching shows and cooking together. Those everyday moments became unforgettable memories. As we spent more time together, I could feel my bond with Rio growing stronger. She was becoming someone truly special to me. Even without words, I could sense how she felt. It was a unique connection just between the two of us. And that's how our peaceful days together started.